My child, do not turn away. Heaven has stopped time for you in this exact holy minute. Your spirit feels it even if your mind can't name it. A shift, a stirring, a rising in the unseen world around you. This is not a random message. This is a divine interruption, a collision between my voice and your heart that I chose this moment because you are finally tired enough, open enough, desperate enough to hear me. You think you paused by accident? No, I guided your hand. Destiny pulled you here. Even now, angels stand still, watching your next breath, waiting to see if your heart will lean in or turn away. My beloved child, this is urgent. This is heavy. This is from the throne of God to the deepest place in you. You have felt it lately. That pressure in your chest, that tightening in your thoughts, that sense that something unseen is approaching. That was my spirit warning you, waking you, whispering, stay alert. Something is coming. You are standing at a crossroads today. One path leading to protection, clarity, breakthrough. The other to regret, delay, and pain. I stopped you because your life is shifting. You cannot see the pieces yet, but your soul already knows. Do not scroll.do not run.do not ignore this. I, the Lord your God, am speaking to you now. Here is your continuation rewritten in the same short, urgent, prophetic, divine tone. One flowing message, no timestamps, with emotional intensity, heavenly authority, and personal connection. My child, listen. The tremors you feel are real. Plans shifting, people changing, emotions rising, pressure building, these are not random. Heaven is shaking the ground beneath your feet to pull you back into alignment before it's too late. This moment carries more weight than you can imagine. The next few minutes could save you from months of heartbreak. The next few sentences could shield you from a trap the enemy has already set. The next breath could alter the entire direction of your life. That is why I brought you here. That is why my presence feels heavy around you. That is why your spirit is trembling. Do not walk away. Do not look aside. Do not whisper later. Later will be too late. This moment is holy. This moment is intentional. This moment is a divine rescue. Heaven reaching into your chest and pulling you out of danger you cannot see. I see the attack forming. I see the trap tightening. I see deception rising like smoke. I see the emotional storm preparing to break. I see the decision approaching. The one that could build you or break you. And I refuse to let you walk into it blind. You do not know how close you came to stepping into something that would have shattered you, or how close you were to missing something that would have healed you. So I stopped you. I halted your scroll. I placed my hand on your heart. Because this moment, this unexpected, intense, divine interruption, carries the breakthrough you prayed for, the clarity you begged for, the protection you didn't know you needed today. My beloved, yes, I am pleading with you. The Creator of heaven and earth is leaning toward your trembling heart, saying, stay, listen, don't turn away. This message is alive. This moment is sacred. That I am speaking past your mind and straight into your soul. What comes next will reveal what was hidden, expose what was forming, and protect what I placed inside you. Stay with me. Do not walk away now. Heaven brought you here because your destiny needed this moment. Breathe, my child, and understand this truth with every part of your being. You did not arrive here by accident. I stopped you because I love you. Here is your passage rewritten in the same prophetic, divine, urgent, heart-piercing style, flowing as one powerful message, with time urgency, personal connection, and heavenly authority. My child, hear me. I reached into your moment, into your scrolling, into your wandering thoughts, and I placed my hand on your spirit that I interrupted your path on purpose. Heaven orchestrated this pause with a precision your mind cannot comprehend. Every second aligned, every movement aligned, every thought aligned. I drew you here because you were seconds away from missing something your destiny needed, something your heart has been crying for in silence, something your spirit has been starving for. You didn't plan to hear me today, but I planned to speak to you. I waited for this opening, for the softening in your heart, for this fragile minute where the noise finally quieted and my voice could enter. You didn't expect divine intervention today, but I woke you knowing exactly when I would interrupt your flow and pull your attention back to me. This message is not random. This message is appointed, necessary, urgent. I brought you here because timing matters in the unseen realm more than you understand. Your life has been moving too fast, your mind overwhelmed, your emotions stretched thin. You have been carrying pressures you hide from everyone. You've been wrestling with questions you don't know how to express, walking through days that feel heavy, unpredictable, and spiritually unfamiliar. I heard you whisper, "I don't know what's wrong, I just feel off." That was not confusion. That was your spirit sensing the shift around you. I watched every moment of your struggle. The nights you felt alone, the mornings you had no strength, the days you felt unseen in a crowd. I saw the thoughts that pressed too hard, the doubts that grew too loud, the fears that stole your peace. I watched you breaking slowly in places you didn't know how to heal. I heard every silent cry, I felt every hidden ache. You thought no one noticed, but I noticed. I have been watching you the way a loving parent watches a fragile child, closely, carefully, protectively. And when I saw danger forming around your next chapter, I could not stay silent. I could not let you move forward unprepared. You were about to step into something without the clarity you needed. You were about to make a decision without the discernment your spirit requires. You were about to accept something that would drain you, or walk away from something I sent to bless you. You were moments away from placing your heart in a vulnerable space where the enemy was waiting. You were seconds away from missing a divine moment crafted specifically for you. And so I stopped time. I stopped your scroll. I stopped your thoughts. Because I love you too deeply to let you walk into danger blind. Here is your passage rewritten in the same prophetic, divine, urgent, heart-gripping style, flowing as one message, with time urgency, heavenly authority, and deep personal connection. No timestamps. My child, I stopped you not to control you, but to save you. Not to limit you, but to protect you. You were seconds away from missing a moment that your future depended on. You think you paused by accident, but it was I who touched your spirit, I who whispered, "Stop here." I who placed that sudden weight on your heart that made you slow down. I who aligned this moment with the exact second your defenses lowered just enough for you to hear me. Do not underestimate the effort heaven invested to reach you right now. You didn't plan to hear me today, but I planned to speak to you. For days I have been circling your heart, sending small signs, sudden thoughts, gentle nudges, quiet warnings. You felt the tug, the uneasiness, the tension, that sense of shifting you couldn't explain. That was my call. But life grew loud. People grew loud. Pressure grew loud, and my whisper was drowned out. So now I speak louder, that I speak with urgency, that I speak in a way you cannot ignore. My child, this moment is divine timing. I end the spiritual realm. Timing is not random, it opens in windows. Windows where heaven can intervene, where I can redirect your steps, where I can shield you from what is forming against you. That window is open right now. If you had scrolled past, even for a second, you would have stepped into the next chapter blind. And I could not allow that. You have been struggling more deeply than you admit, trying to be strong, trying to hold yourself together, trying to smile through the weight. But your heart is tired. Your mind is scattered. Your spirit is weary. You feel lost in ways you don't say, heavy in ways you don't understand, confused in ways you don't confess. I have watched you trying to navigate life with wounds you haven't let me heal. And now, you are stepping into a new season. One that requires clarity, strength, vision, and discernment. A season where the wrong move could cost you your peace. A season where the right move could elevate your destiny. A season I refuse to let you enter without my guidance. I could not let you walk into what's coming unprepared. I could not watch you face storms I already see forming. So I stopped you. I intervened. I pulled you into this holy moment, because your destiny needed this minute with me. Here is your passage rewritten in the same divine, prophetic, urgent, heart-piercing style, with one continuous message, no timestamps, no breaks, full emotional intensity, heavenly authority, and personal connection. My child, I stopped you not to control you, but to save you. Not to limit you, but to protect you. You were seconds away from missing something meant for your future, something heaven had prepared for you long before you knew you needed it. You think you paused by accident. You think something just caught your attention. But it was I who touched your spirit, I who whispered, "Stop here." I who placed that sudden weight on your heart that made you slow down. I who aligned this moment with the exact second your guard lowered enough to hear me. Do not underestimate how much heaven moved to bring you into this moment. You didn't plan to hear me today, but I planned to speak to you. For days I have been circling your heart, sending small signs, sudden thoughts, gentle nudges, subtle warnings. You felt the tug, the tension, the uneasiness, that strange feeling that something was shifting in the atmosphere around you. That was my call. That was my spirit brushing against your soul. But life grew loud. People grew loud. Pressure grew loud. And my whisper was drowned out. So now, child, I speak louder. I speak with urgency. I speak in a way you cannot ignore. This moment is divine timing. I end the spiritual realm. Time is not random. It opens in windows. Moments where heaven can intervene. Moments where I can redirect your steps. Moments where I can shield you from what is forming against you. And this window is open right now. If you had looked away, if you had scrolled past, if you had dismissed this moment, you would have walked into the next chapter blind, and I could not allow that. You have been struggling more deeply than you admit, trying to function, trying to be strong, trying to smile while your heart is tired, your mind scattered, your spirit weary. You feel lost in ways you do not express, heavy in ways you do not understand, confused in ways you do not confess. I have watched you navigate life with wounds you haven't allowed me to heal. And now you are stepping into a new season. A season that requires clarity. A season that demands strength. A season that will need vision and discernment. A A season where the wrong move could cost you your peace. A season where the right move could elevate your destiny higher than you imagined. A season I refused to let you enter without my guidance. I could not let you walk into the next chapter unprepared. I could not watch you face what I already see forming around you. So I stepped in. I interrupted your flow. I took your attention in this holy minute, because heaven could not let you miss what is coming next. Here is your passage rewritten in the same prophetic, divine, urgent, authority-filled tone, flowing as one powerful message, with time urgency, personal connection, and spiritual weight. No timestamps, no breaks. My child, listen closely. Temptation is not a coincidence. It is a sign of spiritual shifting. When something powerful, something destiny-shaping, something heaven-sent is coming toward your life, the enemy tries to lure you out of position. He places things in your path that appeal to the wounds you haven't healed and the fears you haven't faced. He tries to confuse you with the very things you once begged me to free you from. Temptation intensifies right before elevation. That is why wrong people have started drawing close. Some from your past, some disguised as new comfort, some appearing supportive but carrying hidden motives. You've already noticed it. Sudden attention, unexpected kindness, false reassurance, emotional pull that feels familiar. They look harmless. Some even look helpful. But they are not sent by me. The enemy often uses people when he wants to distract you, derail you, or reopen old wounds. He sends soft voices with sharp intentions. He uses familiar faces because he knows you might ignore unfamiliar ones. My child, be careful. Not every person approaching you in this season is a blessing. Some are bait. Old wounds have been resurfacing for a reason. Things you thought you were over suddenly hurt again. Memories you buried rise at night. Feelings you thought you outgrew return without warning. You wondered, why am I feeling this again? But listen, this is not regression. This is attack. The enemy is poking at old wounds because he knows those are your most vulnerable places. If he can reopen old pain, he can influence your decisions. If he can weaken your heart emotionally, he can weaken your spirit spiritually. But I reveal this to you now because I intend to heal those wounds completely so they lose their power over you forever. You have felt a sudden pressure on your soul. Pressure that makes no sense. Pressure that tightens around your heart. Pressure that makes it hard to breathe deeply or think clearly. This is not your mind failing you. This is not your body betraying you. This is not random anxiety. This is spiritual pressure, the weight of an approaching battle, the enemy trying to crush your spirit before I awaken your strength. My child, hear me clearly. Nothing you are feeling is random. Nothing is meaningless. Nothing is coincidence. Something has been moving in the shadows, but I refuse to let it reach you. Something was set in motion against you, but I am intercepting it right now by speaking to you directly. You have been sensing danger without knowing where it is coming from. You have been feeling overwhelmed without understanding why. And that is why heaven stopped you in this exact moment, to warn you, protect you, and realign you before the enemy's plan could touch your life. Here is your rewritten script, shorter, sharper, divine, prophetic, urgent, emotional, protective, heart-piercing, with time urgency, personal connection, and God/Archangel Michael authority woven throughout. Prophetic rewrite, one message, no timestamps. My child, listen to me now, not later, not soon. Now, because heaven is moving for you in this very moment. Minutes matter. This hour is holy. Your spirit is being warned and protected tonight. Temptation has risen because your life is shifting. A powerful blessing is approaching you, and the enemy is desperate. He is trying to lure you away with familiar voices, old wounds, and people who appear gentle but carry hidden danger. Some look like comfort, some look like love, some look like support, but they are bait, not blessing. My child, I see the pressure tightening on your heart. I see the confusion circling your mind. I see the heaviness that appeared for no reason. This is not your mind failing. This is not weakness. This is a spiritual battle forming around you, and I, the Lord your God, with Archangel Michael at my right hand, have stepped in right now to stop what was rising against you. You felt old wounds reopen. You felt emotions you thought were healed resurface suddenly at night. This is not regression, it is attack. The enemy poked at the oldest places in your heart because he knows they are tender. He thinks if he can shake your emotions, he can shake your destiny. But he is wrong. My child, I am here. I am standing between you and the danger forming. This message is not simply words. This is a shield, a divine wall rising around you. Heaven is covering you in real time. A trap was closer than you realized, but I stepped into your timeline to intercept it. You felt the pull to open this message because I needed to reach you before the enemy did. Hear me, you are being rescued. You are being lifted. You are being redirected. The storm is real, but my protection is stronger. My presence is pressing so heavily on you because time is urgent. If your eyes drift right now, if your heart wanders, the enemy gains access. He wants to distract you with noise, scrolling, pressure, emotional clutter, anything to numb your spirit. Numbness is his weapon. Confusion is his fog. But clarity is my voice. Strength is my breath. Protection is my promise. My child, you belong to me. You are my heart, my beloved, my own. I will not let darkness touch you. I will not let deception reach you. I will not let the enemy pull you away from your purpose. Stay with me. Listen. Do not look away. What I am doing in your life today is urgent, divine, and necessary. You are not late. You are not lost. You are being defended by heaven itself. Type Amen if your heart receives this. Here is your short, powerful, divine, prophetic rewrite with urgency, heart connection, and God/Archangel Michael authority woven through it. My child, listen to me. This moment matters. You think it's just stress, but it is not. This is spiritual interference, pressing against your heart because heaven is preparing to lift you today. That heaviness you felt, that sudden emotional collapse, that moment when everything felt like too much, the enemy was waiting for that fragile second to strike. He wanted you overwhelmed, exhausted, and ready to give up. But I, the Lord your God, stepped in before he could break you. I saw how close your heart was to snapping under the weight, and I intervened in this very hour to protect you. The enemy's most dangerous weapon right now is deception dressed as comfort. He paints traps in soft colors. He wraps chains in warm emotions. He sends people who feel familiar but carry spiritual danger. He places desires before you that feel soothing but lead to painful consequences you cannot yet see. That's why the temptation in this season feels gentle, even safe. But it isn't. It is a counterfeit blessing, a false escape, a sweet poison meant to drain your spirit drop by drop. My child, you were inches away from stepping into a trap, closer than you know. You thought you were simply lost in thought, but the enemy was whispering lies. You thought you were tired, but he was wearing down your resistance. You thought someone new felt comforting, but darkness was trying to slip into your heart, wrapped in soft emotions. You thought an old desire resurfaced naturally, but it was bait pulling you backward. So I had to interrupt you, I had to speak with urgency, I had to shake your spirit awake. That is why this message feels heavy. That is why my voice feels louder, stronger, clearer, because you are entering a critical moment in your journey, and the enemy wants your vulnerability. But I refuse to let him take advantage of you. My beloved child, do not look away from me. Not now. Not during the spiritual trembling. Not while heaven is fighting for you. Not while Archangel Michael stands guard at your side. Not while the enemy is crafting traps designed to feel safe. You cannot afford to drift right now. You cannot afford to numb yourself. You cannot afford to silence your spirit. Not today, not in this hour, not when everything around you is shifting and everything inside you is rising. Stay with me. Hold my voice close to your heart like a mother holding her child. This moment is divine. This warning is protection. This message is rescue. And I will not let you fall. Type Amen if your spirit receives this.